Rebecca had always been known for her striking beauty, but she felt trapped behind the mirror of societal expectations. Living in the heart of a bustling city, where glamour and superficiality reigned supreme, Rebecca longed for something more meaningful. One day, while exploring an old bookstore, Rebecca stumbled upon a dusty mirror with an ornate frame. As she gazed into it, the world around her faded away, and she found herself in a mysterious forest unlike any she had ever seen. Guided by a soft, ethereal voice, Rebecca embarked on a journey through the enchanted forest, encountering magical creatures and facing challenges that tested her inner strength. Along the way, she met a wise old owl who told her that true beauty lies not in appearances, but in the kindness of one's heart and the depth of one's soul. As Rebecca ventured deeper into the forest, she began to see herself in a new light. She realized that her beauty was not just skin deep, but a reflection of the love and compassion she had for others. With this newfound understanding, Rebecca's outward appearance seemed to glow with an inner radiance that no cosmetic could ever match. When Rebecca finally emerged from the forest, she returned to the city with a renewed sense of self-worth and purpose. She no longer felt the need to conform to society's standards of beauty, for she had discovered the true beauty that lies within us all. In the bustling city of New York, Jennifer lived a fast-paced life, constantly surrounded by noise and distractions. Despite her busy schedule, Jennifer often felt lost, as if something was missing in her life. One day, while rushing to yet another meeting, Jennifer took a wrong turn and found herself in a quiet, hidden alley. Intrigued by the peacefulness of the alley, she decided to explore further and stumbled upon a small bookstore tucked away from the bustling streets. Inside the bookstore, Jennifer met an old woman who seemed to know her before she even spoke. The old woman handed her a dusty old book titled The Journey Within and told her that sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones we take within ourselves. Intrigued, Jennifer began reading the book and was transported into a world of imagination and self-discovery. In this world, she embarked on a journey through her own mind and heart, facing her fears and insecurities along the way. Through her adventures, Jennifer learned valuable lessons about self-acceptance, courage, and the importance of being true to oneself. She realized that the key to finding oneself is not in the external world, but in embracing the journey within. When Jennifer finally emerged from the book, she felt a sense of peace and clarity she had never experienced before. She realized that she had been searching for something outside herself, when all along the answers had been within her. Armed with this newfound wisdom, Jennifer returned to her life in New York with a renewed sense of purpose and direction. She understood that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and that every experience, no matter how small, is a step towards finding oneself. In the bustling city of Neo-Tokyo, where neon lights painted the night sky and technology intertwined with tradition, there lived a young woman named Kohana. Kohana was a talented programmer, working for a large tech corporation that specialized in virtual reality experiences. One day, while walking home from work, Kohana stumbled upon a group of children playing in a rundown park. Inspired by their laughter and joy, she decided to use her skills to create a virtual reality game that would bring the park back to life in the digital world. As Kohana worked tirelessly on her project, word began to spread, and soon, the entire community became involved. People from all walks of life came together to contribute, whether it was designing digital trees, programming interactive wildlife, or composing a soundtrack that captured the essence of the park. When the game was finally completed, it was unveiled to the public in a grand ceremony. As people put on their VR headsets and entered the digital park, they were amazed by its beauty and realism. They could hear the birds chirping, feel the breeze on their skin, and see the flowers bloom before their eyes. But the true magic happened outside the game. The park in the real world began to transform as well. People were inspired by the virtual park's beauty and started to clean up and renovate the real park, turning it into a vibrant community space once again. Kohana's small act of creating a virtual reality game had created a ripple effect that spread throughout the city, inspiring people to come together and make a difference in their community. It was a powerful reminder that even the smallest of actions can create a big impact. In a bustling metropolis where skyscrapers touched the clouds and neon lights painted the night sky, Kai stood at a crossroads. Born into a life of luxury and expectations, Kai was expected to follow in the footsteps of their family's successful business. But deep inside, Kai yearned for something more, something beyond the glitz and glamour of their privileged world. One fateful night, Kai's path took an unexpected turn when they met a group of artists who lived on the fringe of society, creating beauty out of the forgotten corners of the city. Inspired by their passion and courage, Kai made a bold decision to leave behind their comfortable life and join the artists on their creative journey. As Kai immersed themselves in this vibrant subculture, they discovered a world of self-expression and authenticity. They learned that true courage is not found in conforming to society's expectations, but in daring to be different and following one's heart. Through this urban odyssey, Kai found the courage to forge their own path, embracing the unknown with open arms. And in doing so, they discovered a new sense of purpose and fulfillment, showing us all that the path less traveled is often the one that leads to true happiness. In the vibrant city of London, amidst the hustle and bustle of city life, there lived a young woman named Alara. Alara's life took an unexpected turn when a sudden economic downturn hit the city, causing her family to lose their business and forcing them to move to a modest apartment on the outskirts of town. Determined to help her family through this challenging time, Alara took up a job at a local community center, where she met a group of teenagers facing similar struggles. Together, they decided to transform a neglected plot of land into a thriving community garden, where they could grow fresh produce for those in need. As they worked tirelessly in the garden, Alara and her friends learned important lessons about resilience, perseverance, and the strength of community. They discovered that even in the face of adversity, there is always room for growth and change. Through their hard work and dedication, the garden blossomed, becoming a source of nourishment and hope for the community. Alara and her friends realized that sometimes the most beautiful things can grow from the darkest of times, and that with determination and unity, they could overcome any obstacle that came their way.